Bradley just been cut Al's arm off. Or doing that. Oh my god. Oh no, poor Al. That's so messed up. I'm so sorry, Al. Hello. Welcome back. Fullmetal Alchemist today. Episode 14, I believe, is what we're on. Those Who Lurk Underground. Last episode we met Greed, so that was fun. Seeing his abilities and how he has his, what do you call it? His ultimate shield or something like that. Which Ed very quickly figured out how to get around. So that was cool. Now their mentor is about to fight them. Oh, their mentor is about to fight Greed. Al's kidnapped. A lot going on. Their mentor better not die. They can't just bring her into the story just to kill her off right away, so we'll see what happens. If the kids playing outside are too loud, I apologize. I can't do anything about that. It's summer, and my apartment complex has a lot of kids, so oh well. But hopefully I can drown them out a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I'm starting to watch Fullmetal more consistently now. I'm really planning on finishing up Dead Space soon, and then it'll be solely a focus on Fullmetal on a weekly basis. Almost there. Because I just want to get through the show. I've been watching it for so long now. I want to see more. As always, don't use this video as a substitute for watching the actual show. Be sure to support the official release. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pay extra attention to this opening because I think we've officially seen everybody in this opening now with seeing Greed last episode. Which makes me worried they're going to do a new opening soon. We'll see. I jammed to this song a lot on Spotify, so I won't be surprised if it makes it onto my top 10 list this year. I gotta do something in between watching the show, since I'm only watching an episode a week. I gotta jam to the opening. We haven't seen this fight yet, but that's just maybe like anime doing its thing where it just shows a fight to show a fight. Doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna happen that way. Is this how he's always been viewed? A lot of people are envious of him, or oh, but he doesn't mind it.
Something doesn't smell right to me.
You know what it feels like to me?
It sound kind of reminds me of Firelink Shrine. Okay, after this episode, I'm looking up to see if the composer for this show is the same as From Software's games, because this is very Dark Souls, this soundtrack.
Move in.
Oh right, we're here.
Housewife and a hot-headed brat. It's not one I'm particularly interested in fighting.
Ed was just kicking your ass. You should be interested in fighting, because... Oh, well, I'm okay with them not fighting, because I don't want her to get hurt. Yo! Whoa! Put down the guns.
You stay put.
No?
Quit struggling.
I'm not gonna let you just kidnap me. Who's this?
Great.
Oh, okay.
Figure a way out of here.
I can't let you do that.
Whoa! Alright, Bradley, let's go.
Mr. Fuhrer.
Is he gonna stop
Why
being...
is he here?
Is he gonna stop being sus?
Growing old isn't easy.
Bradley doesn't look that old.
Marks my 60th birthday.
He looks good for 60.
It's frustrating.
Does he
how
dye
your
his hair?
body's-
Retire.
Damn.
Well, look at this. The old man.
How is Bradley this, he is so strong. He's definitely stronger than Ed and clearly Greed, right? Is he the strongest of the... Does he get stronger when he takes his shirt off?
I guess my ordinary methods aren't gonna work.
Do people get stronger when they take their shirts off? I'm so confused. Well, I guess he doesn't want to tear his clothes, but Armstrong didn't get bigger. Is he one of the Sins too? Is he Wrath or something? Or is he just another alchemist? Oh, was he one of the chimeras from last episode? I must be forgetting. Was he the one that was part cow or something? Yeah, I think he was one of the chimeras, right?
Most commendable adversary.
According to Greed.
A former ally, eh? It's bloodshed.
I don't think he said he was an ally.
Be killed.
Whoa. Bulletproof skin? Yeah, so those guys are just chimeras. They weren't anyone in the Sins. Wait.
But I'll tell you a secret.
What's his eye do?
How I managed to distinguish myself amongst the storms of bullets on the battlefield time after time. You're...
He's... what? What's that mean?
I may not have the protection of your ultimate shield, but I clearly see your weakness with my ultimate eye.
So he has to be one of the sins then, right?
Now then, Greed. How many times am I going to have to kill you before you stay dead?
Where the hell is Greed?
He has to be on the sins, right? Because
It's too dark to see.
they're the only kind of people that
anything.
have like those really special powers, like the ultimate abilities and stuff like that, right? Is that Lust? I don't know. Anytime I hear footsteps, I think of Hugh's death, and them sneaking up on him.
No, Greed! Quiet!
And so they can
Let me out!
they can keep
Come
dying,
on,
coming
Dad.
back.
No
So that's
way.
good to know.
Open up!
15 times you've died now. How many
Jesus.
lives have you got left?
Protect her.
Ah! Dolcetto!
Aren't you guys bad guys? I'm not gonna protect you from Bradley. I mean, I don't think Bradley's entirely good. Oh, he's obviously one of the sins, so like he's obviously not a good guy. He got cut into 4 slices there, huh? Bradley's not gonna hurt Al, right? I mean, you clearly can't beat him, so I don't know why Greed's even trying.
Mortal! Don't do this!
She's not gonna be able to stop him. What is she thinking? Oh, mortal.
Stop it, Mortal! Please!
Bradley's just gonna cut Al's arm off. Or doing that. Oh my god. Oh no, poor Al. That's so messed up. I'm so sorry, Al. Is he getting some of his memories back? Oh wow. Interesting. What are we gonna see? More than what Ed saw, right?
Mom, wait! Mom, wait! Mom!
What's up, Mom? That's up, Mom.
Wake up! Al! Say something! Al!
I have so much to say. I have so many thoughts after the episode's over. Is Bradley in the room? Can we talk about Bradley really quick?
Previous dealings with a man who referred to himself as Greed.
Like just today.
Let's not trade any manner of information with him.
None at all.
This is kind of
The
scary.
military wasn't even mentioned. Can we go now?
He's gonna smile like, of course
I
you
am
can go.
curious about your steel arm and leg and your brother's armor body. Is there any connection between the two?
I forgot that not everybody knows this.
We are an honest kid. All right, men, pull out.
I don't like Bradley. I still don't like him.
And you make... Oh, no, it's nothing at all. It's simply one of the many...
He's gonna
duties
kill
of
her.
the Military to protect
He's gonna kill her.
alchemists.
He's gonna kill her.
Protection.
Unless he's not.
I will be back. Perhaps you'll have had a change of heart.
Is that like, you better have a change of heart? Is that like a threat?
Colonel Hughes,
Oh, Ed and Al don't know yet, don't they?
Right.
And these kids are loud out there.
All the memories of when my body was
All of
taken
them?
away,
Damn.
I remember. Well, it was definitely weird. But unfortunately, I didn't find out anything about how to get our bodies back.
Maybe Al's lying, because it...
So I guess...
Are we ending here? This feels like an ending.
Welcome back, Führer. How was your inspection?
Oh, what the hell?
To say the least, it was a very productive visit. It seems both Fullmetal's younger brother and their teacher are worthy candidates for human sacrifice.
It's been a century since I've seen that face.
A century, wow.
Rise and shine, Greed.
The gang's all
Oh,
here.
they're all here. Are we gonna see Sloth, Wrath, and
And a
Pride?
little in-
Which one's Bradley? Pride or Wrath?
Sloth the
I'm guessing Wrath, because he's the strongest, right?
I'm sure he'd love to be here slacking off, but we have to keep him working.
I just talked over which one that
Sorry
was.
to say, it's
Oh.
kind of depressing that
Have to
none
go
of you have
back.
changed in the past 100 years.
Wrath the Furious.
Okay, so he's Wrath.
He was created by Father for the final stage of the plan.
His father, Pride.
Why don't you show us what you really look like?
So that's not their true
hideous freak.
forms.
You scum!
Stop your nonsense, both of you.
Oh shit. Is this Pride?
It's time you resolve this sibling rivalry. Your father does not wish to see
That
such
Ed and Al's father? No, no, it wouldn't be, because...
Time. I know it's been
Yeah, no,
100
this has
years
been
and all,
a century,
but
never
sure
mind.
do look decrepit.
Forget I said that.
greed. You are both my son. and
Wait, no,
you are
no, no,
the prince of my
no.
soul.
Wait.
So why would you betray
That's-
your loving father?
I'm surprised you ask. I mean, you know the answer to that better than anyone, Dad.
Wait, that is
I'm
Ed and Al's
greedy
dad,
and
right?
ambitious. You were the one that made me this way after all. I'm just being myself.
This episode's too
I
crazy.
simply
Can we
have
stop
larger
now?
ambitions than-
They're not killing Greed, right? This episode went off the rails.
Jeez.
I have so much to say.
I propose a toast, my children.
This
I
is so
shall drink
crazy.
To the promised day.
Alright, we didn't get a clear shot on this. That looks, the beard and the hair looks very closely to Ed and Al's father, so I'm gonna assume that's who we saw just then. If I'm crazy,
Father!
please forgive me.
Welcome home, Father! I'm so glad you're
But I
back!
think that's a pretty reasonable observation and prediction.
Maybe you will help me out someday.
Alright. Really quick, I'm gonna rewind and see who they were referring to that they have locked away. Was it Sloth or Pride? Sloth. Okay. So Sloth is the one that they have kind of caged away at the moment. So that just leaves Pride, which maybe Father is Pride. Like, I've always thought of Pride as, like, when I thought of all 7 of them, if there was a leader between them, that it would be Pride. Maybe I'm just spitballing a bit too crazy here. I would assume that he's Pride, but they made it sound like that he created all of them, so maybe Pride is just a different creation, which also, I thought maybe all of them would be the same age, and they're all created at the same time, but it turns out Bradley was only created 60 years ago. Like, I wonder why he didn't just create all of them at the same time. Like, why not? Unless it requires some sort of sacrifice in particular to get one of the homunculuses created. I don't know. That's very interesting. I guess I'll try to go in order of the episode, because I'll save that stuff for last. First all I had was when Ed got his memories back, there was that POV shot of what I interpreted as his mother's corpse, you know, when Ed sees that thing in the basement. But it was Al in that POV looking at Ed as Ed is calling out to him. So I'm like, was that decrepit thing on the ground Al's body? Or is Al just seeing that from that perspective? I don't know. Either way, that's interesting. And the way when Al was getting his body taken away and that shape thing, I forget what it's called, but it was just kind of there and it was taken on his form. I wasn't sure of that. I mean, I think we saw that with Ed with his leg too, so maybe it's not anything, but I was like, is this really Al that's out and about right now? Is this just a copy of Al? I mean, it kind of is with his soul being modded to the armor, but you know what I'm saying. I'm sure we'll get into more of that later. And also I was saying maybe Al's hiding the fact that he knows how to get their bodies back because whatever it requires is like too bad of a thing to do in order to get their bodies back. Like, what if they have to commit some kind of like heinous act? I don't know. But I want to go back to the sins now and talk about them. I felt crazy when I first said, oh, is that Ed and Elle's dad? Because I saw the back of the head from a distance and I was like, okay, that's the same hair that Ed and Elle's dad have. What was his name again? I'm forgetting his name. We heard his name, I think, the previous episode, or the episode before that, with Ed and Al's mentor. But, oh, come on, kid, you're so loud. And I was like, no, I'm just being crazy. It's just some other guy with long hair. And then they cut to the front, and I'm like, okay, that's the same beard, too. At least that's how I saw it as. So that goes back to my initial point a few episodes ago. I was like, oh, is he just another bad anime dad? I guess he is. If he's creating these guys and has been around for as long as he's been around. And this is my predictions are entirely based on the fact that I think that's Ed and Al's dad. So for these next couple minutes where I'm talking about it, feel free to skip ahead if that has nothing to do with Ed and Al's dad. But that also begs the question, it's like, Ed and Al, were they naturally created? Did he create them? And let's say he's not Pride. Is either Ed or Al a natural born version of one of the sins? Like, is one of them Pride? I feel like I'm reaching a bit too far there. But it's just thoughts that ran through my head. That was a crazy end, though, and that felt like a final death of Greed, because Wrath was saying how he killed Greed 15 times already, but when Father wants to make Greed again, I'm assuming he's going to, because like I said in the last episode, I feel like we're going to see all 7 sins in one scene together at some point, like fighting the the good guys or whatever. When he creates Greed again, will Greed look different? Like, how do they decide their appearance? Envy obviously can change to whoever they want to, but obviously Envy decide on that particular appearance because that's Envy's favorite appearance, I would assume. But I guess the others don't get a choice of what they look like, because if they did, then wouldn't they all be kind of like Envy? So I'm assuming Greed would look different if the Greed got brought back, which would be a shame because he was such a fun addition to have. So I think if he gets brought back, I guess he would be the same. But I don't know why Father would bring him back, because they killed him for a reason. Unless him getting brought back resets his memory. Maybe he's a fresh slate, and that'd be easier for Father to kind of control and stuff like that. I don't know how much effort goes into creating Greed again. I'm assuming we'll eventually learn all this information, but that was a lot. That was a lot of lore dumping in this episode in those last like 5 minutes. That was crazy. And then yeah, so Bradley turning out to be Wrath was, I wouldn't say it's entirely unexpected, because he has been like suspicious since the first episode. Like, he's had like weird scenes where he's been very serious, and which they could have just played for a comedic effect, but there was some like tones there that I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this guy. I didn't think he was one of the Sins. That I was not expecting. I just thought he was like part of some like inside undercover, I don't know, maybe like undercover Ishvalan. I don't know. I thought he was just something else, but I didn't think he was going to be an artificial human. So that's very interesting. Which this explains why Ed and Al's dad would have been away for so long, because he's just in that seat. Seemingly, he looked immobile. I don't know. There's a lot of questions I still have, and there's no point in continuing to guess, because I don't think I have enough information to really piece it together. But that was a pretty good episode as far as like showing more of the world and the villains, which I guess they're gonna. How many episodes is Fullmetal? It's like 60. Let me look this up really quick. 64. Okay. That was episode 14, so we still have 50. Make sure I was doing my math right. So we still have 50 episodes left. Is Father and the Sins gonna be the villains throughout the whole show? Are we gonna get different villains? And because I've only seen like 10 animes in total, probably tops. So I'm going to reference the ones I have seen, but like, and spoilers for Naruto Shippuden, I guess, if you haven't seen that show yet. But like, you know how like Akatsuki were kind of like the main threat for most of Shippuden, and then it kind of turned into something else towards the end. Are we going to get something similar here, or is it just going to be Father and his children all the way through? Which, we still have 50 episodes left to cover, and I feel like we're already covering a lot of ground, so I don't know how... I'm curious to see how they stretch this story. We haven't even checked in on Scar, really. I don't really know how he's going to come to play. I think he's probably going to end up being some kind of, like... I was going to say anti-hero, but he still wants to kill the State Alchemist. So, unless he has a change of heart at some point and agrees not to kill the State Alchemist, and, like, they come to... like him and Mustang come to terms about the Ishvalan. Was it a war? I forget. Or was it more of a genocide? I cannot remember for the life of me, but like, it seemed like the war started for like a very poor reason. I think it was something to do with like a child or something like that. I forget. But so I don't know how Scar's gonna come to peace with the State Alchemist, but they might have to if like the Father and his children end up becoming a much bigger threat. I don't know. That's very exciting, though. I do think at some point Scar and Ed will fight side by side. I don't know. And with Ed and Al getting their bodies back, I'm still kind of like, I don't think that's either gonna be something that they handle within the first half of the story, or it's gonna be like the very last thing that they do, or they never do. Maybe that's the whole point of the story, that they never get their bodies back and they live with the consequences that they created. I think that would be pretty interesting. Man, so much happened in this episode. I'm glad I'm finally watching the show a bit more consistently, so I can finally watch at least one a week is the plan. I'm gonna double check into something else I want to talk about before I end the video and have to wait until next week to chat some more with you guys. But I do read the comments, so if you wanted to give any input on your thoughts when you first watched the episode or anything like that, or anything that I said without spoiling, obviously. If you're watching this video, I doubt you'd have an interest in spoiling. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But I'll be down in the comments if anyone wants to chat, so feel free to hit the comments down below. I will see you guys in the next one. Alright, have a good one. Bye.